that shit throws me off. Like, how in the fuck does that happen? Like, sometimes it like, and this is just like on some like, I can't expect niggas to just be good human beings, but because to be good, but like, all right, it's mad shit at stake right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
everything, and like, secretly it's already niggas that want you to lose, and you gave it to them. Like, you just gave it.
Okay, so here we go. Here
Man,
we go.
shit.
We're moving through these topics. We're moving through these topics. So in the vein of niggas want you to lose. People are counting on you fucking up. Don't give it to them. What the fuck is going on with Draymond, bro? what's going on with Draymond, bro? I understand he's got the player option. I understand. So he's got to get paid regardless. But what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
He was
If
trying
you
to get one more deal. He was trying to get one
if
more deal.
if you're up for one more deal, you have your player option, so you're secured. But you're up
He
for
was
one
already
more,
skating.
and you're talking on your new media about how what the size of your contract need to be and what you're expecting. You are bringing the contract talks to the forefront, and you punch you punch your teammate, not a guy. You punch your up and coming star teammate who just got his big payday. You clean him at practice. Obviously somebody wants you out because of video leaks. Uh, and you have a season of ups and downs where it's like, okay, the stat line is good, but how many times have you been in the mix for stuff like this through just this season alone? And then we get to the playoffs, and you guys are fighting for your lives. Y'all are fighting for your lives. Y'all wasn't even supposed to win last year. Everybody is amazed that you were able to pull it off. You did it, and now we're hoping. We're not really hoping, but we're like, hey, you can't get them out. They are the defending champs. They have pedigree, blah 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 blah, and you show your pedigree, which is just, hey, nigga, I'm gonna do some dirty shit. Like
His pedigree is his ass. That's what he was showing. This nigga. It's one of the wildest clips I've ever seen on an
I don't.
actual basketball court. Like, I'm like, I understand when motherfuckers be like, your reputation precedes you, because it's like,
Mhm.
it makes me look at it different. Like, I could easily see where somebody grabbing your foot and you accidentally step on them, but it looked different when you spring off them for real. Like, it looked like it maybe it didn't look like he really stomped them, but it definitely looked like he jumped off of it. Like, that was the shit
He
was like, nigga, what the
you
fuck?
had to drive your foot down to jump off like that. So it's like,
Exactly.
so whether or not you actually stomp with force, you at least planted with force, like where you
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
to where
say
you could.
maybe it started off harmless, and then it was like, fuck it, I gotta turn this hoe up.
And it's just like that thing where it's like, oh, he did the rock stomp where you flick your ankle a little bit, you put a little bit more on. It's just like, well, you don't have to do that, dog. And it's just like, okay, so like you said, sometimes there are these scenarios. Somebody grab your leg and you about to fall over, and you might step on them. That's different from you literally like doing the marching 100, like drum majors step on the nigga. Like, what are you doing? And like they are baiting you. You understand the role that you play on the team. It's the same thing with Dylan Brooks. They are going after you to try to make you mess up. If you're the heart and soul of the team, if you are really, the DNA like that, they're of course targeting you because you have a history. And it's just really weird to see all the different angles of this video. And of course, Sabonis is not. Yeah, he grabbed his ankle. He threw Clay before he grabbed Dre's ankle. So he's not in any way clean. But to see everybody like run to Draymond's defense, like, oh, he don't deserve no suspension. He don't deserve it. Like, in what world can you stomp on another man's chest and just be allowed to come back to work the next? Like, no, bro. Like, you sit this one out, dog. Especially if you have a history of this, which is what the NBA said they factored in. It's what
I'm gonna
Joe
say
Dumars said he factored in.
the only thing that does bother me, I will say this, is I maybe he deserves to be suspended, but I don't know how I feel about you getting kicked out of a game and then having to sit. That shit bothers me a little bit. because it's like it bothers me a little bit because like man, I feel like it's done. Like now, I will say this: if Sabonis don't play the game 3, then I would probably think sit him. Like my instinct would be like, shit, it's a guy for a guy. But if Sabonis plays game 3, fuck it. He got kicked out of kick him out of you kicked him out of a game already. Like you remember you know what the NFL used to do something where it's like Tuesdays you would get fines, right? Because that's after the week starts. It used to always bother me when there would be a hit that did not get flagged, and then they would get fined for the flag on Tuesday. Because it's like, the flag don't mean shit if it don't come with if it's not a penalty. So it's like, yards matter, but it's like, bruh, this shit was maybe it wasn't legal, but y'all missed it. All right, I got away with it. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all fault. Y'all doing y'all job just like we doing ours. And now I gotta suffer it because motherfuckers want to go look back at it. It wasn't enough for a flag.
We added another step. We added another step to our job. We go back to review everything now.
And slow motion be making shit look worse. Like sometimes shit don't even
slow
be
motion
that
does
bad.
make shit look worse. It's the Dave Chappelle bit. It's the Dave Chappelle skit. When you slow everything down, everything looks crazy in slow motion.
Yo, it like sometimes it be so like I'm trained in football now to see it, but sometimes the game moves so fast that shit don't be looking like it was intentional. And it's maybe because them niggas is like $1 million athletes, like 1%. Yeah. Where it's like I could make some shit look like it's intentional or not intentional when it is.
Right.
But Drain that nigga. When he kicked that dude in the nuts years ago, the whole leg was up. Like
Draymond went on a nut. Even it was 7 years ago, but Draymond went on a nut kicking spree. Like it was literally like back to back. It was just knocking niggas balls loose. I don't understand what was. That's what happened when he did it. He tried to do it to LeBron. So it's like
when LeBron because LeBron wasn't walking over him. You was rolling around on his ankles and he's trying to move out the way, and then you stand up.
But that's what it looks like when you're trying to get off of somebody, like when you're stepping around somebody who is doing extra shit on your ankles. That's what it looks like. I'm going to step over you, and now you got to do all this extra shit. The same way it looked when Sabonis pulled Draymond down, and then Draymond tried to get back up, and then he reached his arm around him again. And it's like, okay, yeah, we peep all this extra shit. So in that moment, you were trying, hey, man.
And it was two more things. It was two more things that really set it off. Dre never helps anyone up. He does the foul shit, and he never. If I was to accidentally knock you over, I would be like, "Oh my bad, I try to help you."
My bad.
He always just walks away, and it's like, and then after he's in the middle of it, he's going crazy like this is wrestling or some shit. He's like circling the fucking ring. He's doing all this shit. I'm like, Trey, come on, bro, you gotta relax.
We love characters, but when Trey did that to the Knicks after breaking their heart, it was literally after his like world-class performance that we thought was gonna put him in this superstardom thing, and like that's when you do that shit. You don't do that shit after you like stomp on a nigga's chest. Like, no, that's not how that works, nigga. Like, that's not. You didn't just put up 50, bro. Like, that's not. You guys lost the game. Like,
wrong sport. In wrestling, you'd be right at home.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He really needs to take that into consideration for the offseason, which will be coming up soon for his squad. He'll be in Cancun soon enough. And when you get back stateside, go ahead, try to do some WWE things. I'm pretty sure that would be great promo. It really would. I think he does this next season, but I think he should turn this into some promo for new media. Like, just go and do some training.
He already works at TNT, and they got AEW over at TNT. So shit, it's a seamless. You feel me? So
if y'all need me to come through and help y'all with some branding ideas, let me know. TNT, AEW, holla at your boy. I got some ideas.
I would imagine writing for wrestling would be just the theater.
Well, do they do that? Is it still as wild as it used to be? Like, where they like dropping niggas off of bridges and shit, like running niggas limousines, blowing up people's limousines and shit.
So I really thought that nigga was dead. I really thought I lose that. I was convinced at like 10. I was like, they just killed somebody on TV.
They
They
killed
just
him on
killed somebody
TV.
on TV. They just I just watched this guy die. But nah, here's they make it I think they make it what is like PG-13 or TV 14, whatever.
Yeah,
So like you don't see blood for the most part. And ironically enough, when I was at WrestleMania, Edge was facing Finn Balor, and they were doing a tables, ladder, chairs match or whatever. Or it was in a cage, but it had tables and shit. And Edge threw a fucking ladder and split Finn Balor's shit from like here to like right here. Big nasty cut. If you could put it in one of these clips, throw it in there. But it was split, and they had to like kind of stop the match. Hey, when they cleaned them up, them niggas stayed in character and finished the match. And I was like, nah, these niggas are stupid pros. Cause
that's crazy.
I'd have been out of character. Like if I threw a ladder at somebody, and I split them open, I'd go over there and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just
Especially
did
if that's
that.
not what we do no more. We don't do this no more. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like,
And that nigga they cleaned them up a little bit and they continued to fight. And I was like, and they gave him a really good match. With He had to get like 17 staples or some crazy shit. Yeah, so nah, the wrestling
incredible.
is it's just the storylines and the writing and yeah, it's like
So
buff nigga what do you call that? Soap
soap
opera.
operas.
Yeah.
so, so
But
so
oily niggas.
so we got speaking of storylines, we got these Lakers here who started 2-10, fought their way back into the to the
I got the
playoff
game on right
picture.
here.
Yeah, hey, fought their way back, and they doing their thing. So I think the NBA has some nice storylines to it. You got those guys over there. You got Chris Paul in the hunt, finally defeating his ref rival last night.
Scott Foster.
He finally defeated the demon.
Damn it.
We're making history. We're making history this playoff series. Um,
It's like the two gangbangers with the blood and the crip and they holding it up. That's Scott Foster and Chris
the
Paul last night.
the Kendrick Lamar cover.
Yeah, they figured it out. Yeah, I was talking about this with somebody that how this playoffs like every series feels compelling except for the Denver one. That one feels like it's looking real sweepish.
Man,
But everything else, I mean, my team's Miami. Giannis didn't play tonight. And I'm like,
hey,
oh, if we could get this other dub and take it back to the crib,
go ahead and sneak them. Go ahead and get. You already snuck the one. Go ahead and grab this one.
because I have to go to Orlando this week. But I already said it before this weekend rather. But if I hadn't gone, I was like, if Miami somehow finds a way to win this game, I was going to go to Miami Saturday. I was going to go to the game, but now there's a man, they're all so good. Fucking
Yeah, no.
Golden
This
State is on
this
the
is where
ropes.
it's like, okay, the NBA is back. All right, cool. I enjoy this. This is where it's like any team can take off. This is where it was, you know, we were wondering if Cleveland, if LeBron was going to ever, take Cleveland all the way, but he ran through the Wizards and then ended up getting chopped down by the Celtics and shit. Like this is that era where it's like, all right, cool. Let's see what the remnants of these Pistons are going to be able to do. Will Carmelo get out of the first round? Will like this is now where we get into this point. And I guess if we had to do a one of one, the Warriors would be what the Spurs were, where it's like, okay, this team that has this system, blah 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 blah, and they got their one superstar, and everybody else just plays their role to the best. And Steve Kerr is this now legendary coach, and their better days are behind them, but can they make it? What will they do? And it's just like, all right, cool. You got the young up and comers who are on one end smacking up the Warriors, on the other end maybe get smacked up by the Lakers. So it's like, who
True
knows?
parody. This is true parody.